Hello, friend. Welcome to your message. When I feel heavy, I say thank you. When I feel heavy, I say thank you. The reason I chose that affirmation today is for a lot of reasons. It came to me as I have been recovering from some really heavy energy in the last week or so. For me personally, I have some Leo placements in my chart, and the Leo full moon this week. Although I will say for you, this is a timeless message. So whenever you're watching this message, there's going to be something in it that is meant for you to hear. But when I'm recording this, it is February 1st, 2024. And there was a full moon in Leo, and it hit me really hard. I have been feeling very emotional. I've been having a heightened sense of anxiety. And I've been noticing a lot of people in the spiritual space online saying kind of similar things. And what has been getting me through this heavy energy, this emotional energy, this kind of like going in deep energy, needing more rest energy, having emotional outbursts energy, is one, saying thank you for the opportunity to move through these emotions to the other side, to a new higher level, higher vibration, higher sense of healing. And second, my very dear friend and I always say this quote from the book Becoming Supernatural. It is a scientific fact that on an MRI of the brain, you cannot have anxious thoughts and thoughts of gratitude at the same time. It is neurologically, physically, biologically impossible. So when you're in this heavy, emotional, depressed, anxious energy, heavy, low vibration, and you just think of some things that you're grateful for, it can be challenging. It can be really challenging. It's been challenging for me. It flips a switch in your brain, and you start practicing gratitude as a practice. It's not a natural state of being for many of us, gratitude. I would love to meet someone for whom gratitude is a really natural state of being. I would like to shake their hand. I would like to learn from them. But for the rest of us, it's a practice. We have to think about, gosh, I am really grateful that my cat screamed at the crack of dawn this morning for her food, because it got me up and it gave me the opportunity to see a glimpse of the sunrise. Or I'm really grateful that I have this beautiful place to live. Or I'm really grateful I have the opportunity to tidy up my place to live. In my case, I'm grateful that I have the opportunity to live in a city that I love, wherever you're at, or have a car, or I don't know if you heard the honk. By the way, thank you all so much for your comments about the music. I do have a frequency going now that is a crown chakra frequency. It is lower volume, so I hope it is better this time. You can hear it, but not too loud. Feel free to let me know down below if it is not quite right yet, and I am still figuring out my setup, so thank you so much for those comments. And yeah, so I wanted to come on here and sort of talk about and share these thoughts that I've been having, because if you and I are on the same vibration, and if you are here, then we do share a vibration, at least on some level, then I feel like you maybe needed to hear that. And for me, you know, I've been having some of the windfalls I talked about in the previous readings. I've been having, you know, some really exciting things happen. And so I was sitting here over the last week like, why can't I just feel light and happy? And why am I stuck in this kind of heavy, uneasy, anxious energy? And, you know, to be honest, sometimes when we do have a level of success, when you do have a promotion, when you do have something, and you speak about it or you post about it on social media, you have a lot of eyes on you. And so some of that energy that you are feeling is not yours. And so I sort of have been having to sift personally through what energy is mine, and what energy is perhaps somebody else who's looking at me and feeling some type of way, or maybe somebody who isn't feeling so good about themselves, and then they see my post and they get jealous, or, you know, whatever it may be. Sometimes it's not even your energy. Maybe it's somebody connected to you who's going through something really tough that you don't even know about. Whether it's a karmic connection, whether it's a family member or a friend, or, you know, somebody who you're not currently talking to or dealing with, but you have a soul tie with, and you just kind of feel their energy with you. But yeah, let's see what the guides have to say to those of us who have been feeling it lately. I prepared 2 messages. I pulled one card from that Soulmate deck. I was asking for a message for those of us who have been in a heavy energy, and this came out and it knocked my socks off. You will see why. Again, all of the decks, I'm not going to keep saying it, all of the decks will be linked below. Every experience, regardless of whether you perceive it as good or bad, comes with a gift attached. Yet sometimes the gift is only revealed with the passing of time. Trust. All is as it should be. I say thank you for the gift. The other card that I pulled that I thought was really interesting is from the Forest Animals Oracle, and it is the badger and the ginkgo. And I thought this was really interesting because I actually put on ginkgo earrings. If you don't know, ginkgo is a pretty mystical flowering tree, and it is used for medicinal purposes. And they even make like ginkgo tea, ginkgo, like they'll often put it in like pre-workout and stuff for like added energy. And the theme of this card is healing wounds. So again, I think that all of this is pointing towards what I have been feeling and channeling in the energy lately, which is that if you're in this heavy energy, look for the opportunity, say thank you, and see kind of how it can redirect you or point you, and see how you can sort of push through it. I feel the collective who's here watching this video, there is a lot of eyes on us right now for a lot of different reasons. I think there are some people watching us who love us and who are sending us, you know, love and good energy and cheering us on. I think there are some people who are watching us who feel a sense of envy, or maybe have a little bit of that parasocial, like, you know, they see you and they feel like they know you, but they don't, and they like want to be your friend. And then there's some people who are watching us with malintent, So just be aware that you are being perceived, that there are people who are perceiving you actively, whatever that means to you, and do what you need to do to protect yourself. Every time before I come on camera or before I post to social media, I am very aware of what I am saying, where I'm at when I'm saying it. I don't typically post in real time, especially to like something like Instagram stories. I wear protective jewelry. I pray. You'll notice that I am veiling when I film now. My guides recommended that I do that going forward, just to protect my energy. I also wear protective oils. If you want me to talk more about the herbology side of things, I'm happy to do that. I also light a protective incense and pray to my ancestors and guides before I begin, for protection, about how I am perceived by you watching this video. Okay, let's get into this message. Okay, please, Spirit, let's start with the tarot. What do our viewers need to know about this heavy energy that has been around them lately? Please show us. Please show us what they need to know about this heavy energy. Please show us what messages they need to know. The Six of Pentacles. Just gonna get, and the King of Wands. The Page of Swords. I knew it. I knew somebody was watching. I knew it. I had been feeling that. And the bottom of the deck is Death. Okay. So I'm just going to show you the cards really quick that fell out. The first is the Six of Pentacles. Next card is the King of Wands. I can't see what you guys are seeing, so hopefully you guys can see this. And then that sneaky Page of Swords. Okay, the Six of Pentacles is actually the minor arcana card for justice. So there is something balancing out in the ethers. I also feel that it is within the 3D as well. It may be within your finances or career. However, it is an energetic element as well. And the heaviness that you are feeling is as a result of where there is light, there is shadow. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's kind of like a preparational feeling. So that if you are feeling a sense of anxiety, it's because there is in fact something coming down the pipeline for you. Coming down the track is what I just heard. So I don't know if any of you all live near trains. I do, but there's something coming down the track for you, and it's like you're in this sense of preparation. What they're saying is that you feel uneasy because you know that there is a big change coming. This might be a change in lifestyle. This may be a change in like identity or title specifically. If you have applied for a promotion or a title change at work, that may be coming to you. Specifically, I feel like there is something balancing out. I'm thinking of the justice scales, right? So be aware that it's sort of like this: where there is light, there is dark. Where there is heaviness, there is lightness coming. It is a temporary state. So the only way out of this heavy energy is to move through it. One of my favorite professors in music school, he used to talk a lot about mindfulness because, well, anyway, that's a long story for another time. We don't need to get into that. But he used to say that thoughts are like a leaf in a river, and you just let the leaf pass, let the leaf flow downstream, and just kind of let it flow through and then be gone out of your like movie frame, as it were. The next card that came out was the King of Wands. I feel like this King of Wands is, I'm hearing the word spotlight. It's like the spotlight is on you in a whole new way that may make you feel slightly self-conscious or uncomfortable right now, which may be contributing to that heavy, anxious energy. I get the feeling that for some of you, the heavy energy is more like down feeling or a sense of pressure, almost like a weight. And for some of you, I feel like it's more of a sense of like increased anxiety. For those who are in the first camp, it's like you are used to a level of perhaps scrutiny or like eyes on you, or a certain level of the spotlight, but it's like on you in an increased way. It's like somebody turned up the pressure nozzle on the hose. And for those of you who are in the more like anxiety camp, it's like there's a spotlight on you in a whole other capacity. Perhaps it's like you're getting attention in a whole other reason, whether you lost a bunch of weight and you like took before and after photos, or you got a whole new haircut and you're like looking totally sexy now, and you just have had this like glow up and people are looking at you different, and you're like, wait a minute, what did I sign up for here exactly? You're getting a lot more attention, or you're getting attention in a whole new way, they keep saying. Or maybe you have like always gotten a lot of attention personally or because of how you look, and then at work it's like you booked this big deal and like you're getting all this attention at work, where before you kind of flew under the radar. Whatever it is, the reason the spotlight is on you is because it's meant to be on you, and because you are stepping into who you are supposed to be. It is a part of your divine path. As this little guy said, all is as it should be. Even if it's uncomfortable at first, even if it's the beginning of something new. Death is at the bottom of the deck. I see the bottom of the deck. Sometimes it's hidden energy. All depends on the question you ask, right? Death is at the bottom of the deck. Death is all about transformation and ending so that something new can begin. Think of spring cleaning. This is a bad example for me because I have too many clothes. I have so many clothes that they don't fit in the closet. So what do I need to do? Clean out the closet so that the clothes fit in the closet. That's on my to-do list. And yeah, again, this is what I was talking about earlier with this Page of Swords card. I know that some of you who are here consider yourself to be on a twin flame journey, are a part of the twin flame collective. So you are used to being told someone is watching you and not saying anything, because oftentimes when you're in the twin flame collective and you know you're in the twin flame collective, you are told someone is watching you, stalking you on social media. But what I will say is it's not just the person on your mind. It might be your brother or cousin or a friend who you sometimes talk to and you don't really know how they feel about you anymore, or somebody who you worked with one time. It might be, shoot, my dad called and was like, hey, remember that guy who you sang in a choir with him one time 10 years ago? Yeah, he saw your thing online and wanted to say congratulations. First of all, if you're watching, thanks, Martin. Second of all, like, I didn't know that guy thinks about me literally ever. And I'm not saying he's like creeping at my window, but what I am saying is we make impacts on people all the time. It's like, you know, I read a thing online where it was like somebody sat at the bus stop with somebody every day, and then the one day she like didn't show up, the guy was like holding the bus for her because he was really worried about her because she had been there every day. The guy making your coffee, who you stop in the coffee shop every Thursday, he recognizes you. He knows who you are. He might be like, she's pretty cute. By the way, this is Powerade in a Starbucks cup. That is old. I am somebody who needs extra electrolytes for my body, so I drink purple Powerade. Anyway, also purple crown chakra meditation. Love that consistency for me. Okay, back to the Page of Swords. But we have to remember that with added attention, there's also negative attention. There are people who are jealous. There are people who sort of have mixed intentions, who like maybe they're happy for you, but like they also are like, ooh, but I want her to stay at my level or him to stay at my level, or like, dang, she got that new car that I really wanted and that makes me mad for some reason. Or like, whatever it is, be aware and protect yourself. Be aware of what you are putting online, because sometimes the things that are most sacred to us should stay the most close to our chest, if you know what I'm saying. If something happens, you may want to like not go right to social media and blast it publicly. Like if your account is private, like do what you want, although there are ways around that now. I found out apparently if you really want to, you can buy an app, or people also maybe, if you have someone blocked, they may be asking friends to look at your stuff on their behalf. That just came in very strongly. If you're trying not to have people look at your stuff, don't post it online. I know that's common sense, and you're like, thanks mom, but also like, you will have a lot of eyes on you with mixed intentions and mixed energies, so be very aware of that. And I think it's because you are changing. Ooh, and the devil is here. The devil was right under death. So there is a level of fixation with you, on you, right now, that I feel like here's the other thing. Let's backtrack to when I was talking before about like whether it's something, energy is yours, or whether it's somebody else's coming in. If you are intuitive or psychic at all, and I feel like some of you, if you're here, like you might be, or you are, if you are actively protecting your energy, and you're like, I still feel really bad and I don't think it's mine, make sure that you are cleansing in addition to protecting. There's this stuff called Florida water that is a nice cleansing. You can apply it to your third eye. You can apply it to your hands. There is also like holy water. I have mine literally in a dollar store spray bottle, and I spray my hands before I read. And I also use it, on my, if I'm feeling like a chakra is blocked, I'll like spray it there. I'll sometimes spray it in my face. It's just a great tool. You can also just literally take a bottle into a church, typically Catholic church, and often they'll let you just like take some. It's water that has been blessed by a priest and prayed over. But yeah, make sure that you are not only protecting your energy, but cleansing your energy. Because if you are protecting your energy with negativity, like inside the protection circle, you're putting a ring around that negativity and keeping it close to you. So it's important to kind of like flush out the negativity. This is why when we sage our houses or do incense or whatever, we open our windows and doors, right? Because we have that negativity, the negative energy has to have somewhere to go. And when we're cleansing ourselves, when we're protecting ourselves, the negativity needs to leave us before we protect and lock it in. Yeah, but I do feel like that is significant. We have a lot of eyes on us as we change. And I feel like some of you guys are ending relationships, and some of you guys are ending situations, possibly leaving jobs or clubs or communities, churches. If you are leaving like a religious organization or a group, you may be met with some significant resistance. If you are, that's okay. Just remember that your intuition will guide you with what you're supposed to do, and your body will say yes to what you are supposed to do in that situation. And stick to your guns is what I heard. So yeah, some of you may be met with some resistance in terms of like leaving situations, but trust your gut. Definitely trust your gut. The Knight of Swords is here. Yeah, the direction that you are moving in quickly, that you are guided to, is the direction you're supposed to be on. It is a sacred path for you. It is a blessed path for you, is what they're saying. Spirit, please give me more. Please give me more for this beautiful collective watching this video who has been in this heavy energy. The Ace of Cups. There is a new beginning here, whether it's love or whether it is something of the heart for you. Because I feel like the Ace of Cups, it gets a reputation of being like a love offer. It might be for some of you, for sure. But it's also a sense of self-love and divine path and a new beginning from the heart. So it might be, again, like from my very first upload on this channel, like it might be a new opportunity for you, a new start, something that feeds your soul in such a way, a new beginning, and an act of self-care is what I heard, and an act of self-love with this new start of whatever it is. It might be a love offer coming in. Spirit, show me more about this Ace of Cups that the collective needs to see more about. The Fool. Yeah, it's a new start of some kind. It might be a restart for some of you. And it might require a level of risk. Some of you may have somebody coming back around. Circling the block, second chance at love. I hate to say that, because but it is that energy. It is that energy, and you're like, oh, I don't know, should I trust it? Is it my divine path? Your body will tell you yes or no. Your body will somatically tell you yes or no. If you want me to talk a little bit more about like how the body indicates like what's intuitive and what's not, like how to listen to your body that way, please let me know in the comments down below. I would be happy to talk a little bit more about that. I've been really interested in nervous system regulation, which is a hot topic right now, and somatic healing. So happy to talk more about that. Yeah, I think some of you are going to be, I think some of you are in this heavy energy right now because it is a sense of there is something coming. There is something in the ethers, in the air. This is Judgment, by the way. I know this is not the traditional tarot. This is by the beautiful Spiritual Infusion 1111, the Neon Awakening Tarot. There are some of you who are, for whom lightning is about to strike in a way. It's like you've been kind of doing the work and slogging away for a long time and doing the right thing, and it's kind of felt like banging your head against a wall, and you're like, why am I not getting anywhere? And suddenly it's like you're at this point where you're like, it's coming in as like a level of like exhaustion, and like the reason that it's feeling so heavy and you're feeling so exhausted is because there is something that's about to break. There is something coming. It's a sense of intensive anticipation, because when I see this card, I think the time is now. Now, our concept of time and God's concept of time are very different. So when I say the time is now, it might not be like literally like 4 o'clock on Thursday. It might be, you know, this month, this year. But some of you all have been waiting for something for decades. Some of you have been working on a particular career path for your whole life. My right ear is ringing. That means that someone is talking about me. Drop it in the comments below if you know right ear versus left ear. Somebody talking about you. That's an old folk thing. I think it's Italian. Anyway. The time is now. There is a level of divine judgment and divine karma, and it's like act now, speak now, or forever hold your peace. It's like use it or lose it. It's like I just heard your vacation time won't roll over. Yeah, it's like there's a level of divine judgment. There's a level of the time is now. When I hear the phrase time is of the essence, what I think of is time is not on your side anymore. There was, for those of you for whom this is not about career and this is about love, there was a period of time where a level of silence or separation was needed for growth, for healing, for the divine path of things. And the feeling that I get is that time period when time was needed, time apart was needed, time was of the essence, that period is coming to an end, and it's like something's got to give energy, and it's like, yeah, use it or lose it is coming in really strong. It's like something must be done or the situation will be in the past. And I know some of you have been on a journey with a particular person for like many years, decades. Some of you have been on a journey for a week. Some of you have been on a journey for several months. Whatever it is, if this energy is coming from that situation, time is no longer on that person's side, because I get the feeling that you are in an energy where you are exhausted to the point of being fed up, to the point of changing your behavior. If you were waiting, you're no longer waiting. If you were, feeling kind of like at peace or at rest, something is getting kicked up or churned up, and maybe you're getting ready to say something or shut the door or something. Spirit, show me one more. For those who are having this change come in their love lives, show me one more message for them. I feel like this reading is all over the place, but I knew I needed to channel a message. because this energy has just been really intense. The Seven of Cups. Yeah, I feel important. Okay. This is a Seven of Cups. It is often a card of confusion or illusion. I have so many things I want to say at the same time, and like all of them are trying to come out at once. Okay, let me go at this in an orderly fashion. First of all, for those of you for whom this change is coming in love and romance, there has been a level of confusion and illusion that has been in your situation for a long time. This is Scorpio energy. There may have been added pressure since Scorpio season, or this person may have Scorpio in their chart. Regardless, it is Scorpio energy, and it is a level of like confusion, illusion, options, sex, death, transformation. Important, this is coming to an end with this Judgment energy. Why? Because recently Uranus, the last planet in retrograde, went direct. What does that mean? Uranus is the chaos planet, is the planet of unexpected change, and it was the last planet hanging on in retrograde from this wacky summer where like every planet was in retrograde practically. So now all planets in the solar system are completely direct until April 1st, which means, or beginning of April. I don't know if it's the 1st. It might be the 5th. Sorry. This means that the retrograde, where things can be a little hazy, things can get stalled, you're not acting from a 100% clear-minded and aligned space. That is over. So this person's confusions, illusions, options, they are now operating from a clear mind. I also feel like if any of you are dealing with somebody who has substance issues, who perhaps drinks too much or uses drugs, or they are actively working on that for themselves, and they are using a more clear head for their progress forward. I get that very strongly, actually. I also feel very strongly if that energy, that illusion, confusion energy, any of it was caused by negative spell work or energetic manipulation, or even verbal manipulation, those masks are coming off. The lies are being found out. The spell work is losing ground or losing effectiveness, because I mean, leave a comment down below if you want a whole conversation about black magic, good magic, spell work, whatever. I'm happy to have that conversation. But at the end of the day, spell work that is not meant to manifest, it will only succeed for so long, because higher power, divine, source, God, however you think about it, is stronger than any energetic or verbal manipulation, period. So if it's for you, all is as it should be. Trust, trust, trust. Trust in the journey, trust in the spiritual journey, trust in the healing journey. Okay, let me switch decks from the tarot to this beautiful deck. Show me, Spirit. What does the collective need to know about what is coming after this heavy energy, and what let's start there. What does the collective need to know about what is coming after this heavy energy dissipates? After they get through the heavy energy, what do they need to know about what is coming? Show me. Mourning. M-O-U-R-N. I feel like some of this heavy energy is from, do you remember how death was at the bottom of the deck and how I mentioned that it's like some of you are going to be facing resistance? There is going to be sort of a grieving of the past. Well, if it is like a new like job position for you, you might miss people in your old department. If you're having added extra responsibilities, you kind of might be like, oh, remember when I didn't have to worry about Joe Schmo and like Jim Schlim or whatever? Like, remember when I only had to worry about myself? But it's like you get a really big pay raise, so you're like, I feel like there is going to be a sense of grieving the past. And for those of you who are like currently dealing with this heavy energy, maybe that's part of what you're, even with all these good things coming to pass, it's like you're sort of mourning what used to be, grieving. But yeah, warmth. It's like after the night comes the sun. It's like you're coming into where you're supposed to be. And even if it's not where you're supposed to be forever, it's where you're supposed to be for now and for a very important reason. And they want you to know that. Show me more. Sprawling. Yeah, it's an expansive energy. It's an expansive energy of growth. You're growing. And with growing can come pain. And you think of like growing pains, like as you get taller as a little kid, you're like, my knees hurt, what the heck? But it's something that's going to lead to celebration. It's something that's going to lead to abundance, to commitment, to a lot of like beautiful things that I feel like you've always wanted, but it was like almost like something that you were like scared to hope for. Don't, like I said in the last video, do not limit yourself with what you think is possible. Do not limit yourself by what you think is possible, because there might be something beyond your wildest dreams that's coming down the track for you, and you are closing it off. I got told that today by somebody I love very much, and I was like, okay, yeah, girl, I gotta stop limiting myself. I gotta open myself up. Confinement is at the bottom of the deck, attacking me. Like, yes, stop limiting yourself. Stop caging yourself by what you think you want. Because God might have something better. Show me. What does the collective need to know? Yeah, and don't be... Science is at the bottom of the deck. Don't be afraid to experiment, whatever that means to you. Whether it's experimenting with like a new like planner, or whether like Virgo, hello, or like whether it's experimenting like getting on the dating apps, or whether it's experimenting like rearranging your furniture, whatever it is, they want you to open yourself up to experimenting. YouTube, PG, experimenting, rearranging furniture. We can have fun here. Okay. What does the collective need to know about where this heavy energy has been coming from? Slingshot. Yeah, tension, anxiety, pressure, stressed. It's because there's a change coming, pulled in opposite directions. So again, it's a sense of anticipation because there is change coming. I feel that very strongly. It's in the planets. All the planets going direct is huge. Also, Pluto has moved into Aquarius from Capricorn, where it has literally been for 15 freaking years. Talk about a seismic shift. And that's like a whole generational thing. The last time Pluto was in Aquarius was like 200 something years ago. Guess what happened then? Revolutions. Protect yourself. Lock your doors. That's all I'm saying. All right. Where is this coming from? Repairman. Yeah, you may need to make adjustments in your routine because of this upgrade that's coming for you. Like there may be something really like granular, like nitty gritty that you're gonna like change, whether it's getting up earlier, whether it's changing your diet, whether it's like how you dress, whether it's there might be something where it's like you need to change something like very like basic. I encourage you to think about your spiritual routine as well. What do you do to cleanse your energy? What do you do in terms of, intention setting? Do you pray every day? Do you meditate for 5 minutes every day? What do you do to cleanse your energy, center yourself, recalibrate and reboot your spiritual self? Think about it, and make tweaks if you need to. And it was right around there that Spirit decided to cut me off and my phone died. Thank you all so much for watching the reading. I promise after that, all I basically had to say was thank you for listening. The sung affirmations are going to be uploaded in both loop track form as well as short form soon. I just am figuring out how to add some drums and background music to them so that it's a little bit more of a vibey track. And I plan on continuing to upload these channeled messages and sung affirmations for you all. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in, and I look forward to sharing more with you next week. Have a good day.